Today we are reading Encanto's Mystery in the Rainforest. If you want more no prep learning activities after the video, visit laurenmartinbooks.com. To preview 180 days of preschool activities to teach every single kindergarten readiness skill in just minutes a day, click the link below the video or visit Lauren Martin Books. Now let's begin reading. Disney's Encanto, Mystery in the Rainforest by Susana, Illera Martínez, illustrated by Denise, Shimabukuro, and the Disney Storybook art team. The Madrigals were a family like any other. Well, almost. They had magical gifts, and they lived in a wondrous place called an Encanto, which included a village and their magical house, Casita. Peppa Madrigal had the gift of controlling the weather with her emotions, and today the weather around her was unpredictable. Peppa's daughter, Dolores, who had the gift of hearing things that are really far away, had just gotten engaged. Every time Peppa thought about the wedding, her mood switched instantly from happy to worried. Mi amor, I know you're nervous about our daughter's big day, said her husband Felix, but everything will be perfect, you'll see. That's the problem, complained Peppa. I wish I could see it, but I can't predict the future. That gave their son Camilo an idea. Well, Tio Bruno can, said Camilo, who had the power to shapeshift. He snapped his fingers and changed his youthful face and curly red hair so that he looked just like his uncle. Bruno reluctantly agreed to help Peppa peek into the future. Everyone gathered around, but Bruno's vision didn't show a big party or the design of Dolores' wedding dress. The vision showed the Encanto looking gloomy and sad, with fallen trees, withered leaves, and parched soil. Abuela Ama, the matriarch of the Madrigal family, was worried. She asked Bruno if he knew what was happening. Bruno didn't answer, but he shared one last detail from the scene, a beautiful Flor de Mayo orchid. Abuela decided that the Madrigals should go to the village. Maybe someone there knew what was happening. In town, they met with a few worried families. Senora Ozma hadn't been able to prepare her famous empanadas because there wasn't enough corn for the dough, and the florist family's avocado tree had been without fruit for weeks. Then, when Maribel, Abuela's youngest granddaughter, and Antonio, Dolores' little brother, went to buy a green mango with lime and salt at a corner stall, they were told that there were no mangoes or limes. Camilo and his friend were also disappointed when they couldn't get a refreshing coconut smoothie. What do you mean there are no plantains? Julieta, Maribel's mama, asked a man at the produce market. Back at Casita, Julieta continued complaining to Isabella, her eldest daughter, who was desperately trying to replace the withered flowers on all the balconies. The Madrigals called a family meeting to talk about the mysterious problem. We must find a solution soon, said Abuela Alma. Louisa, Maribel's older sister, suggested planting new trees and growing fresh produce, but Isabella told her that she had already tried that in town. The plants, old or new, are barely surviving. She said they needed to find the cause. I haven't heard the waterfalls in a few days, said Dolores, with her ear pointing toward the mountains. The waterfalls flow into the rivers by the town, which are used to water the flowers and trees. Antonio watched his family desperately thinking about how to help their beloved Encanto, when suddenly his friend Pico, a toucan, clattered in his ear. He knew it was time to use his magical gift. I know what to do, Antonio said with excitement. I need to go to the rainforest. Kay, go to the rainforest alone? Asked Abuelo. Pepito, I know you're very brave, but that's a big responsibility for a young man like you. Everyone started talking about how the baby of the family wanted to solve this huge mystery on his own. Maribel jumped in. Are we forgetting Antonio's magical gift? She said, obviously he won't have to do this alone. He has his animals. Go, son, make your family proud, said Felix, feeling hopeful. Everyone agreed. Pico led the way into the rainforest, while Antonio and the others followed. Several animals, such as a squirrel and a macaw, decided to join them. It wasn't long before they arrived at the edge of a dry river. The waterfall that fed into it was almost dry as well. Only a thin stream trickled down the wall of rocks onto the dry dirt. Chispy, a chigoro, caught Antonio's attention and gestured to a beautiful orchid that grew on a tree branch by the waterfall. A hummingbird buzzed near Antonio and said, It's a Flor de Mayo, and it's still growing. It must be getting water from somewhere. Antonio turned to Pico, the macaw, and the hummingbird. Can you fly up there and look around? Then come and tell me what you see. At the top of the rocks, the hummingbird got close to the flower, drawn by its scent. The three birds were admiring the orchid's beauty when they saw a large ceiba tree blocking the river. That was why the water was not getting to the Encanto. The three birds immediately flew back to tell Antonio. Without wasting a second, Antonio used his magical gift to call more animals. Together, they came up with a plan to move the giant tree. Working as a team, they unblocked the waterfall and the river began to flow. "We did it," said Antonio as he laughed and hugged his animal friends. He looked gratefully at the orchid. Because of it, they had been able to discover exactly where the problem was. Soon, the flowers and trees in the Encanto would be healthy again, thanks to the water from the waterfall. Antonio and the animals returned to Casita. They shared their good news with the family and the entire community. "Great job, Antonio," everyone cheered. "Now let's have a wedding," said Peppa. "We're so proud of you," Maribel said. "You helped your community not only with your magical gift, but also with courage and love, the gifts we all have within." What is the problem in the story? What did Bruno see in the future? How did the animals and Antonio work as a team to solve the problem in the story? How did Bruno's vision help Antonio solve the mystery of why there was no water? What is one problem in your life, home, school, community, or world that you could help solve? Or something you could make even better than it already is? Maribel tells Antonio that everyone has the gifts of courage and love within. How can you use love and bravery to help your family, friends, community, or world? All of the Madrigals have a unique magic power. What magic power would you want? Just as each member of the Madrigal family has unique gifts and talents, everyone in your family, classroom, and community is unique and special in their own way. What are your unique traits, values, gifts, skills, talents, interests, or other abilities? Use paper and drawing materials or the notepad on your phone or device to draw or write about your unique interests and strengths. Draw what your superpower is. You can also write or draw about how you can work as a team to solve one problem or improve something in your life, home, school, or community. Please like, subscribe, share, and click Lauren Martin Books below the video to enjoy more read-along stories. For more free ideas and learning activities, visit laurenmartinbooks.com. Click the Amazon link below the video to buy the book, or support the author by leaving a review. You can review this book on Amazon even if you don't buy it, and it will simply show up without the verified purchase stamp. Thank you for reading with me.